ChatGPT competition. Google Bard is having a big error when they presented it. Pfizer is making ridiculous amounts of profits and revenues, and Binance is suspending US dollar withdrawals in deposits. Stay tuned if you want to learn more. There is a lot of things going on. Hello and welcome, Katching! This is Bernie with the weekly Catching Up, and I give you an update on what's happening, what has happened during the last week, or better, during the last 2 weeks. I was a bit out of order due to cold, so I wasn't able to do the weekly Catching Up the last 2 weeks. Now let's dive in. What's going on in the financial world? Pfizer. So the COVID pandemic drives the Pfizer revenue to a record of $100 billion. So this is more, the revenue of 2022 is more, is more than the revenue from the revenue in the COVID time. So due to the vaccination and due to the medicine dedicated to viruses, is more than the overall revenue of Pfizer in 2019. So how do we benefit from that? Is Pfizer a good investment? I opened up, I investigated Pfizer in let me share that. I investigated Pfizer here on GuruFocus, and as you can see, the debt to equity is pretty okay, 0.40. That's something we're looking at. We are looking at the PEG ratio, which is 0.77. Everything below 1 is pretty okay. That means the earnings of the growth of the earnings is smaller than the price goes up of the stock. The 3-year EBITDA growth rate is at 42 here, and one thing that we have to keep in mind when we think about investing in Pfizer. Pfizer now also said that the revenue will go down by 33% in the next year. So 33% in the next year, because the COVID pandemic was going back again. And that means we have to take that into consideration when we are looking at the current price. So the price is going down. Nevertheless, if you wanna participate on this big pharma industry, I mean, it's an ethical decision. It's an ethical thing to invest in pharmaceutical companies that are. I personally, I don't do that, or I invested in that because my thoughts were, if I'm purchasing stocks of that company and they are charging me for something, for example, for the COVID medicine, then I can get back some kind of my money through the stock investments. So for me, I was invested in Pfizer, but I'm reducing my position just because of ethical reasons. Maybe I'm holding a little bit of money in my pie, or in our pie, but that's it. From Pfizer, the jobless claims, they are going higher and higher, and they were expected to be 190K. But it turned out that they are pretty much higher. They are at 196K, 196,000 jobless claims in the US. That means more and more companies are laying off employees. And we have another companies like Zoom is laying off 50% of their employees, which means 1,300. We have Dell is Disney cutting 7,000 jobs and slashing 5.5 billion in costs. They will restructure their whole company as well. As same goes for Dell. Dell to lay off 6,650. So we are seeing on a weekly basis more and more companies are getting rid of employees. And what's happening with those employees? They are sitting on the streets. They are basically, they are sitting there having no jobs. And what else we can see is that it's happening mostly in the technological sector. So the technological sector, they are laying off people. And this was, I mean, we have seen during COVID, during the last 2 or 3 years, the technological companies, they were making a lot of revenue. They had a lot of sales. They hired a lot of people, and those people, they are now they are not jobless again, and that means that those people, they need to buy food, they need to earn money. Their gas prices, their energy prices are also going higher, as we are seeing that in the European Union. So the question now is, where are we going? Where are we heading? Consumer goods, for example, is a good investment because they will make their money in the crisis. That's absolutely what we can say. Additionally, pharmaceutical industry, even though we have to measure the COVID pandemic, that everything is going down again, the revenues are going down from pharmaceutical companies. But they will make their money in the future. They will make their profits in the future. So energy companies, they will make their profits in the future. Those investments, I would say, are investments that you can make if you can make them on an ethical level. Renewable energy, for example, green energy could also be a good investment. And we always wait for the prices to neutralize. So prices are going up and down and up and down, and just be patient. This is the fourth pillar of a successful investor, is time and patience. And it turns out, and now it turns out again, if you are patient, it will pay off. So on the way down, you have to be patient. We have been patient. We have continued investing. Now we're on the way up, and that means we are now getting into profits. You will see that afterwards. We will have a look into our pie. So which is currently, I think it is not yet in the profits, but we will reach the profits very soon if this financial world continues its development. But we are close to getting into profits. Then the next thing, Microsoft finally announced that they will include ChatGPT in their Bing app, in the Bing search engine. Bing is a competition to Google, the Google search engine, and Bing will include in the future the where is it? Here we go. So here we go. Microsoft takes aim at Google with the launch of the new ChatGPT powered Bing. So the Bing, the search engine, will in the future, if you ask a question to Bing, to the search engine, it will use ChatGPT for the answers. At the same time, Google launched Bard, B-A-R-D. Bard is their competition to Google, and as it turned out, at the presentation of Google Bard, Google Bard made an error. So there was the question to Google Bard about, do I have the Twitter open? No, I don't have it open yet anymore. Let's see if that is included here. Yeah, this is it. This is included here. I hope you can see that. It's a little bit small, but there have been some questions. If a 9-year-old might like, if a 9-year-old likes the James Webb Space Telescope. So they are asking what are the new discoveries by the James Webb Space Telescope, and Google Bard is giving the answers, 3 answers, and the last answer is a wrong one, because they said, or Bard said, that JWST, so the James Webb Space Telescope, was the one that took the first pictures of a planet of our own solar system. And this is wrong, because it was a different telescope that was doing that. So my personal opinion is it's the same with Tesla. When you remember Tesla, the Tesla truck, the presentation, Elon Musk was throwing a metal ball onto the window of the Tesla truck, and it just bursted. And rumors say that this was just a marketing issue, that was a marketing gag, because nobody would do that if it doesn't work. It's the same basically at the times in the 90s when Windows was presented, and during the presentation there was a big blue screen, so a big error screen coming up. Everyone was laughing at them, and you know what happened with Microsoft, with Windows. It's found on every computer basically in the world, or close to, on many, not every computer, but many computers in the world. And Microsoft is one of the biggest companies now. Acquired ChatGPT is still always on top of the world's companies. So Google Bard, interesting development. I believe that this is, or it's just a pure speculation from my side, that Google just did this by intuition. They said, okay, let's give them the food that they need to spread the word and to get us into the media. And on the long run, Google will make their way. That could be also an opportunity for us, because let's watch the chart. Here is the Google chart. And as you can see, in the previous weeks, we said Google will come back to this. You can watch that also on our recordings on YouTube. So we had here this big gap that was opened. This was the prediction, so it will come back down and then it will go back up again. It was a little bit with a delay now, so it came back down, closed the gap pretty much. Yeah, it closed the gap. So gap closing means that the price in the future is at the same level as this gap. A gap means when there is a gap here between two candles, and in 95% of cases, those gaps here, they are getting closed. Sorry, not 95, 99% of cases in stocks, those gaps are closed. And that's what we're seeing right now. So that could be an interesting opportunity for investing into Alphabet, into the stock. Good. Apple announced their financial report, and Apple fell because the stock fell because their numbers fell. So since 2019, it was the first time that they missed the expectations of the investors. Let's have a look on a chart of Apple. Chart of Apple is also presenting us a gap, although the chart is or the price of the stock is pretty stable, but I'm expecting that to come back down again, and then it offers us as well a nice opportunity to invest. So we are investigating companies, we're investigating Apple, we're investigating Alphabet in our program. So if you want to dive deeper, if you want to get insights, if you want to get our golden menu, which includes some stocks that you can invest in, some opportunities that we're researching, we're putting them into a list for you. Currently, this list consists of around 120 stocks, and you can just surf around those stocks and decide which company fits to my personality, which company feels good to invest. And those companies, they are pre-researched, and then you can just pick them and invest into them. And the probability is higher that this is a good investment than if you are just picking some random stocks. So this golden menu is included in our programs. If you want to learn more, just drop me a comment below here, and then I will keep you updated, and I will contact you about our programs. So Bayer is a company, a chemical company. and they have a big issue in with Monsanto. They acquired Monsanto, and Monsanto had issues with um, food for animals, and there was a big scandal. Their food was forbidden in certain regions in the world. So this drove the stock up and down, more down than up. And now the old CEO was made responsible for that disaster. Now the new CEO has been announced, and the stock is was still reflecting that it was going higher, and yeah, that's good. That's nice for a buyer. Fun fact: the wholesale egg price, which was I think it was 50% up in December, was going down, is going down again. So previously we had a price of, the peak was at $4.43 per dozen of egg, and now it was falling by 50% again to $2.61. So my advice to you is eat more eggs as long as they are cheap. Good. Follow us on TikTok. That's the next one. We are on TikTok, Catching Secrets. We will publish news. We will publish insights. We will publish funny things. So whatever it needs to become an investor, you'll find it on TikTok as well. And now let's come to the crypto space. What's going on in the crypto world? Crypto exchange, the Binance will suspend US dollar transfers. So starting from 8th of February, they decided they had to stop the withdrawals of US dollar on Binance. The reason for that is that their partner, their bank that they are using for those processes of withdrawal or deposits, they say that the minimum transaction amount is $100,000, and it turned out that there were so few transactions going on Binance that they cannot do that, and that the amount is too low. So Binance is halting that, is suspending that temporarily. So what could you do now? What should you do now if you have USD on Binance still and you didn't withdraw them before they announced it? So to be fair, Binance announced that one day before it was getting active. So you had time enough if you have recognized it early enough that you had the time. But if you didn't do that, what can you do? You can exchange your US dollar into another currency, into another cryptocurrency, transfer that cryptocurrency to another exchange like Kraken or Coinbase, for example. You take that crypto, transfer it to the other exchange, and from there you can again exchange it into US dollar, and then you can withdraw it again. So it's not a big thing. Basically, it's just a small issue, but you need to know what to do. There was rumors that Dogecoin will become part of Twitter. So as you may know, Elon Musk, he said China has WeChat. If you don't know, WeChat is a small messenger or actually a big messenger, which is used in China to do everything. So you can pay your bills, you can go to the grocery store, pay there with WeChat, using WeChat. And Elon Musk said, China has WeChat, we have nothing. So he bought Twitter and he said, I want to transform Twitter to the Western WeChat. Now, there are rumors because Twitter, this is just speculation. So this is not proven right now, but it was according to a source that is related to Elon Musk. And they say on a tweet, where is it? So that they will apply for a regulatory license to enter the payments business in the US. So Twitter wants to include payments in their system, and as Elon Musk is related or is promoting Dogecoin regularly, frequently, it could be that Dogecoin is included in Twitter. If this is happening, that could mean that Dogecoin is going higher and higher, and as the demand will go higher, and as you know, everything is a supply and demand issue. Should you own Dogecoin? Absolutely. How much should you own? It's I would just buy the amount that you're willing to lose. So that means usually this is the amount of 1% estimated of your monthly salary or your monthly profits, that your earnings that you make. 1% of that is the amount of money that you are usually can afford to lose very easily. So Hong Kong is making is doing regulations. So China is thinking about regulations, is thinking about allowing cryptocurrencies again, but regulating them. So, but what they are doing, they will forbid algorithmic stablecoins. That means stablecoins that are not pegged to real assets. So stablecoins that are purely generated through algorithmic processes. For example, Luna, which crashed last year, was an algorithmic stablecoin. So which asset pegged or asset stablecoins do we have? We have USDT, we have USDC, we have BUSD, which is issued by Paxos or by Binance and regulated by Paxos. And we come later on that because there is something going on with Paxos as well. Before we're doing this, there is the new Euro stablecoin, which should become regulated. A new regulated Euro stablecoin. I asked myself for many times, when will we see a Euro stablecoin? Because everyone is thinking in US dollar stablecoins, and this company here basically is issuing them. They are called Membrane Finance. It's a Finnish company. They are issuing the Euro E. They're launching the Euro E very, very soon. Excuse me. The cold is still giving me a little bit of. Good. Let's come to the last point from the news. Paxos. As I said before, the Binance BUSD, the Binance stablecoin BUSD, is responsible for the regulation of the Binance BUSD, of the stablecoin of Binance, and they are investigated by the New York Department of Financial Services, New York NYDFS, and currently the stablecoin is still pegged to the dollar. So one BUSD is equal to $1, and we didn't see during the last days any changes on that. So just the pure investigation is meaning nothing. I investigated Paxos recently. They are issuing frequently reports of the current situation of the assets of Binance, and if the BUSD is really pegged by, or if there is really the amount of assets available that is representing the BUSD in circulation. Now, let's come back to the pie. If you don't know what the pie is, that pie. So pie is our vehicle, our investment vehicle. Very easy to invest into it. Very easy to set up. It's on Trading 212, that platform. You just can open an account there. We have a pie challenge on YouTube. So you just open up open up YouTube, search for Katching Secrets Pie Challenge, and there will come a playlist consisting of 6 videos, each around 20 minutes, where we are explaining you everything you need to set up your pie, and it needs around 5 minutes, 15 minutes per week to to investigate your pie and to invest into your pie. So where are we with our pie currently? Here we are down still a little bit. If you open up your Trading 212, here you have your news, so you can just scroll through them, read them, and see some news. We're down now 0.75%, which is still outperforming the S&P 500. So let's go to the S&P 500 here. And as you can see, here is where the pie started. So this orange line here. And if we're going down from here, we are still down 12%, whereas our pie is close to being in profits. So we will still continue investing. Last week, I wasn't able to do the catching up, the weekly catching up. That's the reason why we didn't invest publicly. But I mean, that's how life goes. Sometimes you cannot do the things, sometimes you cannot invest because of several reasons. And I would like to show you that this doesn't matter. And basically, everyone can do it. You can do it as well if you're interested in learning, if you're interested in diving deeper, if you want to get support. We're doing also one-on-one coachings. So just approach us, write us a comment, visit our website, www.catchingsecrets.com. And I wish you an amazing week. See you next week again. And catching. Bye-bye.
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people are unable to achieve similar results to ours. If you want to achieve similar results, optimize, to learn and to stick to the rules.